Matt's a little nervous because we didn't really talk about what we're going to talk about, but that's all right.
No.
There's plenty to talk about. The first thing I want to talk about, and we're going to get into this in more depth, but I want to throw out one name, and I want to get your guys' take. There are 9 NFL job openings. By the way, Tennessee, you picked the wrong year to fire your coach because do you think someone's not going to want to take the Baltimore or Pittsburgh job or
Vegas job,
Miami, the Giants job? Like, you are way down the pecking order.
And thank God the
Cleveland
Colts
too.
Thank God the Colts didn't fire Steichen.
Yep, and Cleveland fires Stefanski, who's I think a really good head coach, and now
Coach of the year a couple of years ago.
I wonder if Stefanski wanted out. I wonder how that all went, but we don't know. Let me ask you this.
Yeah,
there are nine jobs.
It's a third of the league, right?
Yes, well, almost. There's 32 teams,
so more than a third of the league.
No, less than a third. You're really good at math.
Yeah.
Listen, we can't have you. We all need to play our roles for this thing to even come close to working. Yeah, by the way, we're going to go bounce around a little bit. I need you guys to clear your schedules for next time this year for when we're at the Golden Globes winning the podcast of the year. Okay? So just get ready.
We got
for
Amy
that.
Poehler.
Hell yeah.
Watch out, Leonardo DiCaprio. Here comes the screener team. Where's your producer? This
Tuxedo T-shirts for all.
Yeah, this is it. This is all. 9 jobs.
That's insane.
Is Bill Belichick a head coach in the NFL next year?
Without Jordan, yeah.
I wasn't talking to you. I was going to ask Matt. Let's see what Matt thinks first.
Wow.
If you're a Giants fan and you've wanted Bill Belichick for forever.
Nobody wants Belichick anymore. He's just
Forever.
crapped all over himself.
So you think that it's a no for everyone?
Yeah, I think it's a no. I think it's...
Well, and I think if there was the Tomlin, Harbaugh, like if it wasn't like these bigger names, maybe. But like you've got some top dogs.
Are you
can go
allowed?
after.
Well,
even though Tomlin
who's
supposedly has taken a year off.
Yeah.
Similar to
who are the top dogs?
Sean Payton. Harbaugh, McDaniel, maybe.
That's a top dog?
I mean, with this class, yeah.
That's what I mean. You said some top dogs.
We're
going to get into this.
I don't think Belichick is
I don't want to
above
start
them
comparing
right
him
now.
to other candidates. I just want to say 2 things. You guys have more of a corporate feel than I do, I think, because of just how my work life has gone.
Mm.
Can you ask someone if they're romantically involved with someone still, or can you say
No, you cannot.
You cannot, right?
Yeah, no.
You can't. Not even the NFL, who would. I think things are different, and maybe they can reach out to his agent and say, "Wink, wink, nod, nod. What's going on with you?"
Oh, I'm sure behind the scenes, but in a formal interview, you cannot ask that
Yeah,
question.
you cannot, right?
No.
No, you cannot.
Because I think people would consider it. They would at least interview him.
Well, I think the issue for him is that he wants complete control, and I don't think anybody wants to give him like the GM, all of that stuff. Like, who wants to go work with him?
According to his camp, when all the thing came out last year, he did not want complete control anymore. He was okay with giving up. Now, whether that's a good point though.
What GM wants to work with him though? Like,
I don't know.
Asshole.
I don't know. And he will cut the legs out from under you.
Throw you under the bus.
Right, but
media like.
Or you get a yes man like a Mike Lombardi who would do whatever he wants him to do. I just think it's fascinating, and I'm not going to lie. I heard Felger say this on the Hub on the way in. If he didn't take the North Carolina job, he'd be coaching in the NFL this year.
Well, for sure. I think Gruden right now has more of a chance than Belichick does. I think Gruden we've seen, I mean, maybe just because we've seen more of him, but we've seen him try to be more involved in football. We've seen him like still speak with these players. Like we saw him with Jackson Dart doing the play calls. Like we see him like breaking down like Drake May's film. So I think Gruden right now, we've seen his emails. But like Gruden, I think is more of a shot than Belichick does. And honestly, if I'm like a Giants fan, for example, I'd probably want Gruden over Belichick at this point.
Yeah.
If it was 2 years ago, Belichick all day though.
I don't think Gruden gets. I don't think he can win a locker room over. But
really, really.
Well, I mean, those emails, like, that's not great.
No, those emails weren't great.
That's not great.
Yeah, I don't know how people. I don't know. Like, I think of. I don't want to. There. Let me put it this way: there's been other situations where coaches have done things where I thought that was the death sentence, and it would end their careers, and it has not.
Okay.
So I don't. And time heals everything. They say. I don't know.
I've seen people say that he served his time.
I don't know.
What college coaches do you think would move up?
I don't.
You think Cignetti goes where Mendoza goes?
Cignetti's.
I just keep seeing like fan pages.
He's Saban. He's Saban.
He's got to be.
Why would you go? You don't. They don't.
First of all, he hasn't won anything, so let's
That is
pump the
true.
brakes.
That is true.
No,
Pump the
don't-
brakes on calling
dude.
him Saban.
I went on. I have to vent for a second. I was on the McShay show, and we were talking about Mendoza, and I said that like I think it's not clear cut that he's going to be the number one quarterback off of the board still. I think there's a process, and this is why you don't draft quarterbacks 10 minutes after the semifinal game. And I said, like, I really like him. I think he's going to be the first overall. But, like, when people are on the air saying he's like Joe Burrow, it's laughable because he's not Joe Burrow. And when they're saying he's like, I think he won the first, he's now going to be the first overall pick after tonight. I'm like, that's not a thing. That's not how that works.
Yeah, but the Raiders are stupid.
There's well, they're all, but if you're a Mendoza fan, I would say that to you and say the Raiders are stupid and maybe they don't take him. Maybe they take Dante Moore. So the Raiders, you're right. But
Did Dante declare, or did he go back?
He's not declared yet, as far as I can tell. That's the deadline is tomorrow. I can't. That's the worst day of the year for me because every report that I've written on a guy is gonna go. He's gonna go back almost certainly.
Besides Dante Moore.
Besides Dante Moore, but anyways,
Copy and paste.
Indiana fans on X was like, Mensch hates Mendoza. That's not what I said. Like
You just hate the Jets.
He thinks this is a bad throw, and they'll show a Mendoza throw, and I'm like, okay, dude. Like, I gotta like kind of hand it to him. I'm like, oh, that's not really what I said. And then they have like they're sending me pictures of Dan Lanning dressed up as like Glinda from Wicked, and I'm like, I'm not sure what's happening here. Like, this is not what I said. But anyways,
Well, isn't Dante Moore like younger?
he is younger, but that's not necessarily a good thing. Bill Parcells is right. Like, you need a certain amount of starts in the college level.
Yeah. I mean, you look at like Bo Nix, you look at even Tyler Shaw, the guy that you guys liked. Like, he doesn't look bad in New Orleans right now.
You should listen to that. I've gotten on McShay so bad, and Stanford Steve from ESPN, we have like a text thread together, and we just give Todd a hard time because he brings up snap count with every quarterback. And I've started calling Todd the snaps guy. But he's not wrong. It correlates. It correlates with success. Like
Trey
Anthony
Lance.
Richardson is an unbelievable talent. He started with 7 or 12 games. I forget what it was. It's a low number.
It's like 13, I think.
He didn't play. I mean, he didn't start a lot of games, man. Like it's not a good thing. But we are going to get into the coaches on the other side of this. Also, we got to find out what Joel texted Tyler. That's Tyler.
Don't
Besman.
worry about it.
That's Matt Solso. I'm Steve Metch, and this is Screen the Screener. All right, we just talked about the 9 openings. I will say this: the most intriguing one to me is the free agent coach right now. That's intriguing to me is Harbaugh because would he go to Pittsburgh? Oh God!
Well, did you
If
see
he went to Pittsburgh?
them ask the Ravens guy, the Ravens GM?
No.
So they were talking to the Ravens GM in a press
Eric
conference.
Acosta? Yeah.
Yeah, and they were sort of asking him like, "Oh, what do you think about what happened to Mike Tomlin?" And he was like, "Oh, is it official?" And they were like, "Yeah, it's official." And then they were like, "What about bringing him here?" And he kind of laughed about it, and he was like, "No, but like I've got a ton of respect for Mike. Like, I've obviously been against Mike for 18 years.
Oh my God, if they
and
swapped?
talked great about him." And then he was like, "I would do it if John goes over there." And so like kind of joked about it, but obviously I don't think that'll happen. But man, that would be hilarious. And I saw one where it was Stefanski goes to either the Steelers, Tomlin goes to the Ravens, and then Harbaugh goes to the Browns, and they were like, just swap them all in the division.
It's the other landing spot that I think. First of all, the AFC North isn't. We're going to circle back to that in a second. But the other intriguing spot would be the Raiders. If he goes to the Raiders, he plays against his brother twice a year. The Harbaugh Bowl would happen twice a year at least.
Nice.
And that would be pretty interesting to me. The AFC North, I don't even understand this. Like, they're still the 2 best teams. This is not a situation where Cincinnati's caught them or, like, Cincinnati's making a run. These are still the 2 best teams in a very tough division. And Tomlin, after 19 years, I'm like,
He didn't get fired, though. He stepped down. So
he did step down.
There's a
No,
difference.
this is what's even crazier to me, though. He did step down.
It's pulling Sean Payton.
And what's wild to me, though, is you had 19 years there at the one of the best franchises of all time. I'm a numbers guy. Like, it would kill me not to get to 20. It would kill me.
I agree.
To go one
I
more
agree.
year.
I think
Right?
he saw the quarterbacks and he was like, I'm out.
So we'll get into the games, but even if Rodgers returned. So, anyways, 9 head coaching jobs is wild. is wild. And again, if you're one of those teams that fired your guy early, like the Giants, I'm wondering if they're like, ooh, like we have a pretty good situation here. I think they're a pretty attractive job, but like I guess the Giants are probably the worst example of them. But Tennessee, who I mentioned, like what are we doing? Cleveland, what are you doing? Like Harbaugh already went to Atlanta. That felt like a warm-up interview to me. That felt like I'm going to go here and get my ducks in a row. Kind of vet. He said he's vetting teams, and doesn't sound like a guy who's serious about being the next Falcons
That's
coach.
what Belichick did. He went to Atlanta and interviewed there, and then was like,
No, Harbaugh can pick where he wants to go.
He's going to pick where he wants to go. I mean, that's why they're reportedly why certain teams. That's why Miami let McDaniel go, and that's why I think Cleveland. I don't know what the timing was there, but the Miami McDaniel thing reeks of we're going to go get John Harbaugh if we can. That would be an interesting fit. Him down in Miami. That you could do worse. Again, no income tax in Florida. I don't know if you guys know this.
"Oh, we remember."
So there's no income tax in Florida. So you go down. I mean, that's an interesting fit. I would hate to see him in the AFC because he's still a really good coach. And you can say whatever you want about those guys. I do think it's interesting that I don't know if you saw Aaron Rodgers' post press conference where he talked about LaFleur and Tomlin shouldn't be on the hot seat and all these experts out there. And I'm like, this dude, every time he talks, he acts like he's the only guy who knows anything about football. Like he's the only, like there's no other experts. There's no other, if you don't play the game and you're not playing the game right now, then you can't speak. You're not allowed to speak about it. You're not allowed to say anything about it. You can't have, and if it's a different opinion than him, then it's the wrong opinion. You can have your own opinion.
Gee, it's not like the rest of society right now.
No, that was the funniest thing, Matt. That was the funniest thing. He blamed society for it. He said, he's like, literally, that's what our society's like right now, is that these guys struggle for a year or two, and it's just a sign of what our society's like. And I'm like, dude, do you even, like, hear yourself?
Sounds dumb as hell.
You're like, you are, and he goes on Rogan, like, you're Rogan. Like, you think it's an opinion, bro. Like, you act like you're, it's just like.
I think McAfee legitimately, stopped having him on their show. Like I watch McAfee pretty much every day during lunch. I have not seen the dude since he was a Jet.
It wouldn't surprise me though because
and they recently brought it up where they were like, he's still a good friend of ours, and they didn't really get into like why they don't have him on. And they were like, we just don't. We bring on like Shefty every day. We bring on like when it's basketball time, we bring on like Shams onto the show. Like they don't have Aaron Rodgers come on the show anymore.
Yeah.
It's because he does stuff like that. That's stupid as hell. Doesn't add to anything.
Right. I mean, I mean, I guess he gets looks because you don't know what he's going to say. But now I will say this selfishly about 9 openings for the head coaches. It's mock draft season, and that makes it an absolute nightmare. Like,
are you going to take your shot at one of the jobs?
For one of the head coaching jobs?
Yeah, you're going to go to Tennessee?
Yeah, I would love to go to Tennessee.
Cam Ward?
Yeah, let's ruin a talented kid's future.
What if each one of us took a team? Think about that.
I like it.
Yeah?
Let's sell it. Can you? Who do you talk to about that?
I don't. You're the NFL guy.
Yeah, I'm the NFL guy. We'll call the owners. We'll see what we can do.
Matt's gonna change one of the team names to the Pigeons. I'm gonna change the Chowderheads. Like I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Change the team name.
Well, if you were a head coach, what team would you want to go to?
I actually knock the Giants. That's a really attractive job.
Yeah.
I think Baltimore is really attractive because I still think. I mean, it was down year for Lamar, but you have a MVP quarterback. I mean, that's got to be attractive. The tradition of winning there. You also have a division I think that now is a mess. You have 2 new head coaches coming in. Cincinnati hasn't been able to figure itself out. I would think that would be a really attractive one. Las Vegas because you have the first pick. So those are off the top of my head, I would probably go Giants because I really do like Jackson Dart. I like the market and I like the talent they have around them. And then I would probably go Baltimore and then go Raiders. I think that makes sense, right?
No, that makes sense. I don't know why. I like Tennessee if it wasn't for the ownership, and I think it's because I like Cam Ward, but I also
You're
like
just a Vrabel guy.
But
You're just mad that they hurt your guy on the way out.
No, I like Cam.
They try to smear him.
I like Cam Ward, and then I like the young wide receivers that they have, and I think that could be a solid spot if you were a coach that like. It's going to be a few bad years, but if they end up investing in you, you can build something with a young quarterback that's 23 years old But ownership over there sucks. We saw with Vrabel.
Yeah, you also have
Vrabel
to
built something, and then they were like, "See you later, AJ Brown," and he's like, "All right, I'm gone."
And you're going to have to play Danny Dimes or Riley Leonard twice a year. So
That
just
is
think,
tough.
Think about that.
That is tough.
You have to play that Texas defense twice a year too.
That's an
Jesus
absolute
Christ,
nightmare.
that sucks.
And Jacksonville now looks like a team.
Yeah, true.
Actually, you know what? I wanted to ask you about this. I want to get into what Joel texted, but really quickly, did you guys see the Tennessee reporter who was at Liam Cohen's press conference, and she came out and said, "Hey, keep your head up. I think you've done a great job here your first year. People in Jacksonville really think that you're the answer, and I just wanted to let you know that." Didn't even ask a question, just gave him a compliment. And there has been backlash
Really?
from reporters being like, "You can't do that. You can't. If you're covering a team, you have to be able to cover the team." And I was like, I don't think so.
No.
And Burt Breer, who I love and think he's like the way he covers the NFL is great, and I get him saying it, but he was like, "I can't even imagine rooting for an NFL team." And he was like, I'm saying that like you should read that whole tweet because he was agreeing with something that Dan Patrick said, and I want to keep it in context. And he wasn't that harsh about it, but he was like, "Yeah, my opinion is that you can't do that." And like there are rules, like you can't cheer in a press box. You'll get kicked right out of a press box if you cheer for a play or something like that. And I do think that there are different roles that reporters play. Like Scott Zolak is an absolute homer, but he's not really a reporter. He's a talk show guy and a color.
He's a meathead and should just disappear.
I love him.
Out of the.
I absolutely.
He's
love him.
hilarious.
I love him. He's ours. He's one of us. He's ours.
crazy.
He's one of us. So we love him.
Steps all over Bob Sosi.
He does.
He does. Absolutely.
Awful.
And he's gotten less professional, which makes him
Big time.
which makes him more lovable to me. Like
Yeah.
I like that he's gone that route.
He's
I
not
like-
even trying to be buttoned up.
He's
at this
just
point.
leaning into it now.
I feel like you can smell him through the radio.
For sure. When I see the videos of him too, I'm like,
bad
oh, he's
breath,
like greasy.
like food in the corner of his mouth.
I did see the video of him in the last game, and I was like, "Wow, Zoe, what's going on, man?" Used to be like
That Awaken
put
180 is not
together.
working for him anymore.
Oh, okay, here we go. Now we're glass houses for these guys. Okay, let's be upfront about it.
I'm also not sponsored by Awaken 180. I'd be happy to be sponsored by them.
That being said, I think that people have different roles, and if you're in the Tennessee market, it depends on what your readers want and what your followers want. Like Burt Breer is a national reporter who they want him to get down to the bottom of stuff. If you're in the Tennessee market and you actually are looking for some hope and you have a reporter that's pro the Tennessee team or pro a coach, like I'm not really sure what the evil in that is. We are not covering the war.
So why was
We're
the
not
Tennessee
covering-
reporter telling Liam Cohen this? He's in Jacksonville.
I mean Jacksonville, sorry.
Oh, it was
but even
Jacksonville
if you're in
reporter.
Jacksonville,
Okay.
same concept. You're right. It was sorry. I'm glad you caught that. It
Well,
wasn't Tennessee.
I was trying to put this together.
No, it was Jacksonville.
That's a little weird that a Tennessee reporter was telling Jacksonville.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you. It was in Jacksonville, and I don't know. I think
Well,
it was
it's
just like
the complete opposite of Boston because every reporter in Boston
Right.
craps all over everything.
Oh,
right.
It's
And what
insane. It's annoying.
if you had a Homer reporter, would you be that upset about it? If you knew that it was a home, like Jared Carabas is really good at holding the Red
Yeah, he
Sox
is.
to account. I get that. So he's maybe a bad example, but he's also, I think he's ready to be positive, man. Like when they
No,
do,
he is. He always is.
And I like that. And he's not your traditional Globe or Herald guy. I like that about him.
Yeah.
I like that he wants the team that he grew up watching to be good, and he doesn't hide that.
Yeah. He does the dumb stuff that I do too, where I follow him on Twitter just because that's the only way that I keep up with the Red Sox is just seeing a random tweet. But he does the stupid stuff that I do where we'll pick up in some trade some kid that's 16 years old, still in the Dominican Republic.
Yeah.
And we like
Yeah,
just
he's
picked
like,
him up.
yeah,
He's
yeah.
playing for like a little league team.
Right.
And he's like, this is the guy that we need. And
Watch his kid hit off the tee.
Yeah, exactly.
Watch his kid hit off the tee.
Exactly. And so like that's where me with the Celtics, and so I appreciate that. And like that's honestly
he's
some
only-
reporting that I do like, where I'm like, this is so outlandish for us to invest in this kid right now, but like it's something.
And honestly,
It's
some of
something
the, and
positive.
no disrespect to some of these, I don't know the Red Sox writers that well, but in the past, a lot of them have been really stuffy. And the Shaughnessy stuff, like for a while, just got old. Of like, we suck, we just suck, we're always going to suck.
Always
they
so
suck,
negative.
and suck. And like, there's something like the bias had kind of swung the other way, my man. Like you weren't really covering that team of like from any angle of hope. You were just like, I've been hurt so many times that now we're going to get hurt again. That's not really being fair and balanced. That's not a thing. That's
Right.
really not doing that.
Right.
And for Carabas, I maybe read 6 tweets a year, but like Bregman signed with, I forget,
Cubs.
And I was like, what's Carabas say? Like, what's he? And it was like, oh, well, I read like one tweet. I was like, this is not good. The Red Sox are in a bad place.
Oh, dude, the Red Sox are awful right now. What they did is absolutely awful.
But like the idea that you can't be like I just don't get it. Like you can't have those, and you see it with all the former Bruins that follow the Bruins on NESN, and all the former Red Sox players that are on NESN, and they do this. This is not unique to the Boston market. They do this all over the place, and they are not like scratching the back of the head coach. I get that. But I also don't think it's a problem to be human and say, like, we had a good year, good job, and we're excited about what comes next. And I know that today was a tough day. Oh, boy. Oh, no.
I don't mind that being said. Why are you saying it in that, like, arena? Say it in your article. Like, you don't need to say it at a press conference to the coach.
That is true.
I guess you don't. I don't mind you doing it though. I don't mind you doing it.
If you're going to do it in your article, because then it can be an opinion piece or whatever. But it's a press conference. I don't think is the right place.
You're like almost.
That's
an
interesting take.
It's almost like when you do like a nice gesture and you like videotape yourself. Like that's how that kind of feels to me. Where like you said, you could have put that in a report rather than standing up and saying it. You're kind of like inflating your name rather than just doing something else.
I think there's different roles for different things is what I'm saying. And I get you might be right about that. I didn't think about it. My gut tells me like it doesn't matter to me that it was a press conference. I get what you were saying. But you might be right. Like if I sit and think about that, like it would mean more in an article, to be honest with you. Of because that's more of an editorial thing. You're making the editorial decision to say that. I get that. That's actually the best take. It's the best
winner. I'm out.
Attaboy.
It's the best take we've had in a long time, to be honest with you. But there's different roles for different people. Like Burt Breer is going to be different than Ian Rappaport, Adam Schefter. They're all going to be different than the local beat reporters. Like it's just a different job. And yes, if she finds out like that Liam Cohen is, makes a mistake like some of these other guys have made in the past, and she doesn't cover it. Like that's when you'll know. Like if Liam Cohen comes back next year and is just terrible as a head coach, and she's still like, "Hey, you got this," then you can start to question whether or not this woman should be covering or this person should be covering the team. Like you can do that, but like now, I don't know. Whatever. What are you gonna say? I
was just gonna say that's why I like Good Morning Football is I know each one of their favorite teams. I mean, Manti Te'o. He's played for a bunch of teams, so I don't know like what his favorite is, but he tends to favor like the Saints. Kyle Brandt is the Bears. Jamie, I'm not sure, but when it comes to them, like who they like, who they enjoy watching, but they're still going to cover each one pretty well.
They're just different.
And when it comes to the Bears, like Kyle Brandt recently talked about the Bears and talked about what he's excited for and when he grew up watching the Bears and what he loved watching with them.
That's great.
And then he was like, well, these are the things that suck about the Bears. And this is why I think that the Packers have a chance.
And he's different
and so it's a better sort of experience as a consumer because it feels more human than just being like the talk shows like Get Up or First Take where they're just hammering you with all of this kind of BS instead of like just a human sort of reaction to sports.
And Kyle Brandt's different. He's not a beat reporter. He's not a guy that covers again, this is what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. He's not Pete Schrager. Pete Schrager is a national reporter who has to break serious stories and all that. Like there's that aspect of it. Kyle Brandt's just a national personality and he's fun. And there's something to be said about the way that Mike Reese does it, which is very down the middle, serious, does a great job of covering the team fairly. I think he's done it for years.
Yeah.
He's outstanding at that traditional beat reporter take, and it's in a different market where they've had a Super Bowl. Like it works for him and it works here.
Yeah.
I just don't understand like the backlash of like having to like everyone has to chime in about what this is, and I guess I just did it too. But
it's the curse of the internet.
Yeah, whatever.
Everybody has a voice.
What did Joel? Yeah, speaking of voices, what did Joel text?
So Joel's probably gonna hate that I'm just like reading this.
I don't think so. I bet he did this for a reason.
So basically, first things first.
Is he trying to like be a puppet master and tell you what to do?
No.
Because that doesn't work.
No. We're just.
Is he trying to be like, hey, this is what you need to say to Steve?
No. So it's just more of It's honestly, I'm afraid more of Joel's take. So Joel's take here.
Share what you're comfortable with. Don't. If you feel like you don't want to,
I can share anything. I don't care.
Well, I don't want you to get.
So when it comes to anything podcast wise, we should not be afraid of the Texans defense. Yada yada. We, Steve, need to man up today. We need to. Winning isn't easy. The Pats are a tough team. We need to have some more faith and go all in. We got this. O-line is going to respond because that's what a true Patriot does.
Oh, God. Talk about a homer. Talk about a homer. On some level, he's not wrong. I actually thought, because he texted to the group, F you, Steve. We're not just happy to be here after they won. Which I thought was great. You know what I mean? Like, I actually did. I thought it was great. Like, we're not. You know what I mean? Like, maybe it's just because I'm getting older. And I'm just happy to be here. And this is, we haven't had this in a while.
You're protecting yourself is what you're doing.
Yes.
I think that's
what I did all season with the Colts.
I think that's perfect.
You're protecting your heart because it's been ripped out and stomped on before.
I really don't think so.
Ripped out and stomped
Here's what I think. I really don't think so because I could see them winning it all. And I hope that they win it all. But this is the first time that, like, growing up, Sundays were a thing in New England, man. Sundays are a thing where and I remember before that. I remember when I was in high school when Sundays weren't a thing. When the Patriots were like just so bad that no one watched them. We listened to them on the radio, like my family at the church. I'd hear them on the radio to and from church, and that was it. And it was not a thing. But growing up from the Brady years on, every Sunday, the Patriots were playing, they were competitive. It was all, and I felt like I got my Sundays back this year. I felt like it wasn't going and watching like is Mac Jones gonna fumble, or like are they gonna throw it back to Mac Jones, who's gonna get like just punked by Chandler Jones, former Patriot, and run it back into the end? Like the debacle that had gone on between Brady and May was just so tough. And then last year it was like, this is. I know. I hear you. As another fan base,
yeah, I know.
Like,
it was only 5 years.
I hear you.
Brats.
Listen, I 100% agree with that. We are spoiled brats, and I think there's a different thing for fan bases. Like if you're Jacksonville, I feel for you because I do think Cohen's got to go in the right direction, and you're heartbroken because if they had gotten by Buffalo, and they would have been a tough out for New England. They all of a sudden could make a run. So Jacksonville fans, it's got to be brutal, and you're constantly rooting for them for the next one or whatever. And like other fan bases have a different experience. I get that, but it was just enjoyable this year to turn on the TV and be like, we're going to get competitive team.
No, I agree. I honestly like kind of stopped watching Red Zone. I used to watch Red Zone all the time, and like I started falling behind with my fantasy. I do have too many fantasy teams, but I also like started falling behind with my fantasy teams because all I cared about was the Patriots. I was like, I'm watching Sunday football, and it's just Patriots, and that's it. I care less about any of the other games. It was just watching Drake May sing the football.
Let's get into the game really quickly.
All right.
I thought that the Patriots did a good job of taking advantage of what was a flawed Chargers team that had they have all-world offensive tackles who are out for the year. Rashawn Slater and especially Joe Alt, and they lost both of them for the year. So when that happens, your offense just isn't the same. They were banged up at receiver, and the defense came out and elevated to the point where it needed to elevate and took care of business. Now Gonzo's got to be able to play next week. I don't know what that looks like.
Yeah, I forget what that injury. I think it was a concussion when they first reported it, but I can see right now what it is right now.
So the defense really elevated and did what it was supposed to do against a beat-up offensive line. The offense did not. And the one thing I will say about coming out of that game, I love our backfield. I love Ramondre Stevenson and Travion Henderson the way they complement each other. And this was a Stevenson game, but Henderson's going to play a role, and he had a big pass block in this game. So I love that. And May plays when he needed to. I mean, he missed Austin Hooper on what was a relatively easy throw for him.
Yeah.
And then he hits Hunter Henry on I don't even know how he's like sliding to his left, drops it over Derwin James, who's like an all-world safety, and just like makes it look easy. All of a sudden, the whole night he's been struggling. Going to have to continue to make plays with his feet.
Yeah.
But I will tell you this, that the left side of that offensive line scares me, man. And Houston's going to do exactly what the Chargers did and are better equipped to take advantage of it. Will Anderson's a dude. He is a dude, and Will Campbell's had some tough matchups, and he keeps battling, but he's had some rookie moments.
No, big time.
And
him and Jared Wilson. Jared Wilson was bad.
Yeah.
He was getting there was so many plays where Jared Wilson is just his head's on 360, like where did my guy just go?
Yeah, the rookies
He looked lost.
They had a tough night, and it's going to be interesting to see how they bounce back and what Josh McDaniels does in terms of moving the pocket, all of those things. But that's something that scared me. Any other thoughts that jumped out to you?
My biggest one is more of like our secondary. Like you mentioned, Christian Gonzalez. I think he'll be back. It's still concussion protocol that they're going through. But my biggest one was Craig Woodson. I felt like he was an absolute dog as a rookie in that game. And those safeties are great. And I felt like coming in this year, and even I remember when we traded Duggar, where I was like, why? Like I know that their coverage was bad, but I was like, why? We're kind of like thin at safety. And clearly this is why, because Craig Woodson is a dog. To be a rookie and be able to play like that. And I also didn't realize that Jalen Hawkins is from Cal, so it's kind of cool where the both dudes from Cal in our secondary. But something sort of on the offensive side, and I was like super critical of Will Campbell, but I was texting my buddy Jay Nash, and he was like, well, he is going up against a Hall of Famer. So I'm kind of curious your thoughts on that, where it's like, it old? It's like an Aaron Rodgers aged Hall of Famer. But
it's a back niner. It's he's on the back nine.
Yeah,
but he's still really good.
He's still really good. And I think like I think the O-line steps up in this game.
You and Joel both
they have to.
You and Joel both believe that they will turn into the best offensive line.
I don't think they'll turn into the best offensive line, but they'll get their job done. And I think with Drake May, that was his first debut, so potentially starts letting that ball out faster or escaping the pocket faster, pretty much running for his life if need be. But I'm excited for this next game. I also saw that the last 6 games that the Texans have played, they haven't seen an offense as good,
nowhere
as
near
efficient.
Joel's right
the
about
Patriots.
that.
So I'm very excited for that.
Joel's right about that. I think this could be a Keyshawn Boutte game, by the way, because I want to see what their corners do downfield in terms of pass interference, in terms of making plays.
You think Stingley kind of keys in on Diggs?
Well, this is what they. I mean, Pittsburgh last night didn't throw. I mean, did you guys watch that game? Like, Pittsburgh didn't throw the ball more than 15 yards. I mean, they only did it a couple times, and there was a couple times where it was close to being PI or close to being a play, and Houston was just squatting on everything. They're jumping everything. I mean, the running backs are getting Aaron Rodgers is dumping off to his running backs. We're like, please stop doing this, because their safeties and linebackers are just teeing off on us. Like, they're just, it was they couldn't handle the pass rush. And they didn't threaten them downfield at all. And I think that the Patriots are uniquely they're a much tougher matchup for that Texans defense. And I do think that Texans defense is really good, but I'm not sure it's as good as what we saw against the Steelers. They have to go on the road again. And the flip side is Marcus Stroud apparently not good in cold weather.
Really?
Like his quarterback rating every 10 degrees. If you go down there,
Stroud?
CJ Stroud, sorry. Marcus Stroud, that was the old defensive tackle for the Jaguars, right? He used to get slapped in the face.
I think so.
Yeah. CJ Stroud, he was, I guess every 10 degrees it gets worse. And I heard that also on the Sports Hub, so I like to give them credit for when they bring in a nugget. But I guess every 10 degrees it gets worse. So he played poorly against the Steelers, and they got away with it.
He was talking trash, too, to the Steelers fans after that.
Which is crazy. Crazy. That offense has got a lot of talent on it, but I'm not sure about their offensive line, and I'm not sure about their quarterback. And I like the matchup. I think it's a good matchup. I actually think the Patriots will win this game.
I think so too.
And I also think this is why seeding in the NFL is crazy. You wanted to be the 5, 4, or 2 seed in this situation
for sure.
You didn't want Jacksonville. It was the.
I would hate to be Denver.
Jacksonville
was
the 3 seed and had to play Buffalo. Would you rather play Buffalo at home or go play Pittsburgh on the road?
Play Pittsburgh on the road.
100%. 100%.
No question.
No, Denver. I love that Denver got, they got the first round bye. I'm not sure. We talked about this a lot. Matt's with me. You sometimes don't want that bye, man.
No.
And now you have this first round bye, and you haven't played last week, and you got Josh Allen, who got all lathered up at the end of that game with the way they came back and all that stuff. Like, I'm not sure you want that smoke right now.
No.
I'd much rather, and again, it's not that I don't respect the Texans. I do. I would much rather have the Texans coming into your building than Buffalo at this point.
100%. I think I would rather than having any of those other teams, like even Jacksonville. Like I would rather be facing the Texans than facing Jacksonville right now. My last sort of point that I am excited about for that Texans game is and they mentioned it on Good Morning Football, but Josh McDaniels has coached 27 NFL playoff games. He's 19-8 in those playoff games. So I think that defense is absolutely insane, and they're scary as hell. But we even saw small glimpses of Josh McDaniels trying to think a little bit more outside the box, where we saw where they tried to pitch it to Efton Chisholm, and you had Drake May wide open, and Chisholm just scared as hell, just slung the ball over there. But you start seeing a couple things, and even with Drake May processing things with Derwin James, and they talked about it on the broadcast where they're like, Drake May talked about how he would play Madden and use Derwin James and try to do all these different moves. And so you kind of saw like Drake May process things the way that we've seen him, so get more comfortable. And I think that's with Josh McDaniels and how he changed that offense. And I'm assuming he changed that offense drastically at halftime. So I have a lot of faith in our coaching staff making sure that we win the game. So I'm excited.
Also, like talking about the seeding, I think that the Bears and the Patriots are the only home teams to win. The Rams won.
Rams won in Carolina, yeah.
Bears won. The Bears won at home.
Yep.
And then Texans beat the Steelers at Pittsburgh.
Bills beat Jacksonville.
Bills beat Jacksonville. 49ers beat
Philly.
Philly at Philly.
Yep.
That was the stunner to me.
No, without George Kittle too.
Yeah,
they look hungrier than ever.
They lost Kittle early. I mean, Shanahan's the best coach in the league.
Yeah,
I'm convinced of that, and I love Vrabel, but and maybe Vrabel's right there with him, but we'll see.
That's where these other coaches and other organizations that are looking for coaches just start grabbing from that tree, the
Shanahan tree.
Yeah, and the McVay, McVay tree as well. Snatch.
It's you know what it is, and I think all of those coaches coach for the Commanders. All three of them, McVay, Shanahan, and McDaniel, were on the Commanders' staff.
They were on the Browns staff with Johnny Manziel.
Were they on the Browns staff too?
Yeah.
Were all of them, or was I don't think McVay was there.
No, McVay wasn't, but it was Shanahan and McDaniel.
Yeah, because there's the famous trick play where McDaniel and Shanahan are next to each other. It's really good. It's totally illegal, by the way. You can't do that anymore. But yeah, I think Shanahan's the best coach, and it's fascinating
for sure. I'm scared for Seattle.
It's anyone's game. I think anyone can win this going forward. Any thoughts? Do you think do you have a favorite at this point? Do you think Seattle's the favorite? They're the favorite. They're the betting favorite.
If they can beat, it depends how they beat the 49ers.
Yeah.
If they play well, then I think they're the team to beat. I think the Patriots are the team to beat too.
You do?
Yeah.
Over Denver and Buffalo?
I think I'm scared for Denver having the week off.
Yeah.
And it'll be interesting to see that Denver-Buffalo game. Going to Denver is never easy, but...
Yeah, Denver is a legitimate...
elevation's not a joke. It's a real thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that crowd will be going nuts. By the way, July crowd showed up in a big way.
Hell yeah. When they came back from that commercial break, and I forget what song they were singing, but loud as hell. I loved it.
Yeah.
John Bon Jovi.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that will always play in that stadium.
Living on a
no
Prayer.
Matter what, every 5 minutes.
Living on a Prayer.
And the Crazy Train.
Train.
That one could go on the shelf along with Can't Stop Believing.
Are they going to play
Just
Crazy
go
Train
on the
in
shelf
40
for
years?
25 years
hold on.
and never get played again.
What are the Colts stadium songs?
Baby Shark? I don't know.
Yeah, hell yeah.
That
would be amazing.
I don't know because I rarely go to games anymore. So I'm sure it's terrible too.
Just stop being a hater. Why don't you just embrace it? I mean, you've been here. You've lived here longer.
I did embrace it in 01.
You've lived here longer.
I was all in on 01. It was fantastic. That was so great because they were the underdogs, and then they got really good, and it just became insufferable.
Whatever. You've lived here longer than anywhere else.
100,000%.
Not only that, but you went to high school in Connecticut, right?
Yes.
So...
but Connecticut's weird with sports. They're Giants fans, they're Yankees fans. It's a mess.
Connecticut has no identity.
Facts.
Take this for what it's worth. One of the least favorite things about me is I was born in Connecticut.
Boo.
Danbury, Connecticut. No offense to the people of Danbury, Connecticut, but that state, it doesn't know what it is. I don't know.
It's the nutmeg state. What?
It's Yankees fans, which just is the
Gross.
worst. They're all Yankees. And
imagine being from Connecticut and being I'm a Yankees fan. I've never gone to New York, but I'm a Yankees fan.
Yeah, it's just
cool.
Whatever.
You're in New England.
And I mean, it's not their fault, but they had their hockey team taken out from under them, which is like the worst
They
thing
did
ever.
have a really cool hockey team.
They did have a really cool.
That was awesome.
I still
Brass
have.
Bonanza was awesome.
I still have I don't know, this weird hope that they're going to fix that and they're going to give them a hockey team again. I just don't think
It
they
won't be
will.
the same because it can't be the
I know,
Whalers
'cause
the Whalers turned into the Canes, and I
Although
think
you
they own
say
that
that,
IP. I think
but
they
the
own
Brown,
that IP.
but the Browns turned into the Ravens, and they brought the Browns
fair.
back. There is
Because
precedent.
the Browns is a dumb name.
That is true. The Brownies.
Oh, shut up!
How is that a good name?
It doesn't make sense. It's still good.
No.
That is just a cursed franchise.
And then the color is like an orangey brown.
You're the Colts.
I
That's
100,000%
better
agree.
than the
Like,
Browns.
I don't know.
What's a brown?
I'm starting to think of the worst and best team names. I hate the Ravens because it's just after Edgar Allan Poe. I don't like really. I don't know.
I like the
Whatever.
Ravens.
You like
I,
the Ravens?
I think I like the Ravens
Crabs.
because of the colorway. The colorway goes really well with the Ravens.
There's like some really good ones. Like I like the Dolphins. I like the Jets. That's a good one. The Giants is a good
I like
one.
the Patriots.
The Patriots is pretty good. The Chargers I like because there's some kind of thing behind that I don't really understand, but that's it.
The Niners I like.
Seahawks, whatever.
Seahawks, yeah. It's Seahawks. I don't really know how that makes sense for Seattle. Maybe I need to look into it.
Something like you're just slapping these on. Like New Orleans Saints, perfect.
Yeah.
In the
Dallas
uniforms.
Cowboys.
Los Angeles Lakers, totally a bunch of lakes there.
Well, you
in
know
Los
why
Angeles.
that's
Yes, they're from Minnesota.
Yeah.
The land of
yeah.
10,000 lakes. Yes, I'm
Yeah.
aware.
Okay. Well, I don't know. I just,
Why didn't they change it to something better? I mean, they change
I
names all
agree.
the time when they.
the lake show? I don't know what you would call it. I mean, yeah.
Well, they don't have any lakes, so why would we call it Lake
the
Show?
Stars? Would you call them?
Well, the WNBA team, I think, is the Sparks. It's the Los Angeles Sparks.
That doesn't help at all. Why is it?
Are you sure
Sparks?
it's the Sparks and not just the Spark? Because right now
It
the
could
big
be.
trend is don't have something that's plural.
Ugh.
Mammoth, lightning.
I do like Mammoth, though.
You do?
It should have been the Yeti.
Oh, yeah, Yeti would have been
should
better.
have been the Yeti, and I reserve. Judgment.
I got to show you guys. We have new uniforms coming out for my club, completely separate. But we're called Storm, and so every year we're doing different storms. And next year is a winter storm. We got a Yeti on that jersey, so it's gonna be sick.
Nice.
Completely curveball.
Does he have red eyes?
He has pink eyes because we're.
He's got pink eyes.
That's great. Hell yeah, he does.
Is he at the slipper?
Yeah, he was on the slipper. He's on the slipper a lot.
We're not quite hygienic,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
we're really good at
He
volleyball.
is on the loyalty program.
You're an AI guy. I need a picture of you and a Yeti next to you at the slipper.
with pink eyes.
I can make that happen. To be
Well,
honest.
yeah, both of you have pink eye. I reserve judgment on the.
Well, it's like the Pacers. The Pacers is a dumb name.
It's a dumb name.
I get why.
Chicago-
Do
Yeah.
you know why it's the Pacers?
No.
The pace car for the Indy 500.
Oh,
Yeah,
see, I don't like
stupid.
that.
That's actually
it's
you were
dumb.
about to say the
Toronto Raptors.
That's dumb.
The Chicago Bulls. That's a slapped on one.
The
That doesn't make any
Predators.
sense.
I don't know why I like that one, but I do. I like the
I think
Chicago.
I think we like it because of Jordan, and it just was.
I think I like all the Chicago teams though, and maybe it's their
Cubs is great.
their color schemes. The Cubs,
White
the White
Sox is
Sox, I could
stupid.
care less.
Yeah.
but I don't consider them the Chicago.
It pisses
team.
me off that
Memphis
Chicago
Grizzlies.
has
There's not a
two
grizzly
teams.
bear within 1,000
But the
miles
Bears?
of Memphis.
Great name.
No, it's a great name. Yeah.
Why is the Packers such a good name?
It's the Meat Packers.
Is that what it's supposed to be?
That's all.
I know, but it's a good. It's just still a good name. Like the Lions, that's a slapped on one.
Vikings. I like
Yeah,
the
that's a
Vikings.
slapped-on one.
Vikings
pretty
is
cool.
perfect, right?
It's pretty good.
We'll
One.
go,
Yeah, it's a
well,
good
I'll go
one.
through them all.
And there's so when it came to Minnesota, I guess there's I forget the exact town, but Trey, golf guy, is from Minnesota, and his town has this giant Viking that just stands in the middle of his town.
yeah.
Super weird.
So
That's an
was
interesting
like-
part of the country. I've been there a little bit. I actually like that part of the country. It's kind of cool.
NFC North has the best names:
Bears, Packers,
Lions, Vikings.
Vikings. Yep, I would go with that. I do like Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I don't know why. I just love
It's a good one.
the old school awful
Creamsicles?
They're sometimes the only ways through, and their older uniforms are so bad that they've now become like cool.
The
It's
creamsicle
like
ones.
the. It's like
Yes.
the,
I like
it's
the
the Charger.
creamsicle ones.
like
Dude, they're
blue.
so bad,
I love those ones.
and they're awesome.
I like the.
It's hard to explain.
There's some good unis. Actually.
It's hard to explain that. It's like I don't know. Raiders.
Raiders is dope.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
But it was better as Oakland Raiders than it was as Vegas Raiders.
And it's the Sable guy, right? His last name was Sable. I think one of the reasons the Raiders are cool is because of the history of that team and the guy from NFL Films coming on and talking about the wind-blown fields and the Raiders are here and that. I remember hearing that as a kid and being like, this is maybe the coolest thing I've ever heard in my life. You know what I mean? So that probably helped them a lot.
There's some bad names.
Are we missing anyone? Yeah, there are some bad names.
I mean, I'll throw it out there. I mean, I like that they're called the Red Sox, but I don't know why.
Yeah,
it makes no sense.
I was sticking to the NFL teams.
It probably is. Yeah. Honestly, it probably is.
Buffalo Bills. I like that one. The AFC East is pretty good.
The AFC East is pretty good. Miami Dolphins. I don't understand. Like Jacksonville Jaguars sounds good. I don't really understand.
Carolina
Panthers. Yeah, I don't like
why
that
we're just when you start throwing
Denver Broncos. Like I don't really understand the Bronco for Denver,
it's
but it works.
Cowboy town.
It is a cowboy town, and
it was. It's not anymore, but it was.
Yeah. Okay.
And for me, some of it's the branding comes into play too. Like the Carolina Panthers, that's not a bad organization, man. They've been competitive. They haven't broken through, but they've been competitive for stretches. That branding is terrible.
Oh, it's awful.
I can't stand their uniforms.
They can't figure it out.
Like you look at Denver and you're like, dude.
I will say
Elway and like those teams and those uniforms, like
the all black Panthers uniform is dope. I don't know if I like the all blue, but the all black with the blue and then a white stripe is pretty sick. I'll take that.
So like you got all like I don't know. Some of it's the branding too, right?
Yeah.
Like you have to. The Colts have done a pretty good job with it.
Their black helmet, blue unis.
So
pretty,
sick.
That's pretty dope outfit.
How about Houston?
Yeah, I called it an outfit.
I don't know. I was thinking about that because the Dallas Cowboys is so perfect, and then the Houston Texans, like.
Well, first of all, it should just be the Oilers. Again, we'll go back and they'll say
fully agree.
Can't be the Oilers because the Oilers turned into the Titans, and I wonder if that's why they couldn't do it.
The Flaming Thumbtacks. If you look at that's what they used to call them. The beat reporter in Indianapolis used to call them the Flaming Thumbtacks because if you look at their symbol, it looks like a thumbtack that's on fire.
I can't support
that. Is true, actually.
Oh, God.
Look it up. Facts.
When I was in high school, they changed and my high school was like pretty progressive in the 90s. They changed this isn't why I was progressive. They changed the name from the Warriors to something else because it was culturally insensitive, they felt, and it ended up being changed to the Golden Warriors. Not a lot of effort there. And I guess that's okay. I don't know why, but they opened it up to the student body, and I hope this is the right person, but it's on brand for him. One of our buddies, Sean Croto, got up and gave a long speech of why it should be the Ultimate Warriors, and it was one of the best things I've ever heard.
Was that
Sean
like
was
peak
a guy.
WWE?
It might not have been Sean now that I think about it, but it's on brand for Sean because Sean was a guy who was pretty comfortable with pushing the boundaries with teachers and like not in a bad way, but of like, I think we should do this. This would be great. And it was someone got up there and was like, we should be the Ultimate Warriors. It would be awesome. Think about all the things that we could wear and do, and it was awesome.
So you're a warrior and a spider?
I was a warrior and a spider. Spiders, by the way.
Spider's pretty dope.
sick.
Great name.
That's pretty dope.
Here's the thing I will tell you, and I don't know if this has changed. Our mascot, and no offense to the student who was the mascot, was terrible. I think it was someone's mom in the 60s paper mache this thing for some kid and put him on a four-wheeler, and that's what they would do. And I was there in the 90s and it had not been updated. It was faded. Legs were falling off, and this kid was driving around the field, and at least one time he got the crap kicked out of him by the opposing fans. Like it was some poor kid in a spider suit getting pounded on.
I have a worse one for you.
Great name though.
So Pinkerton, I think, has a great mascot.
Astros.
The Astros. I think it's pretty dope.
Is it the dog from the Flight Jetsons?
No, it's an astronaut, and so it's like, I think it's dope. But
that would have been better, by the way.
But they have not updated their mascot in a long time, and so this is what they have, and it's just absolutely awful. You could have a really awesome, and the logo that they've.
Can you show that to the
looks
camera?
Like a Lego.
Yeah, I'll
it
show
looks
that
like
to
a
the
Lego
camera
man
as well. Yeah, it looks like a Lego guy. It's a little blurry, but they'll
check
get
the link in the
point
bottom.
there. Yeah, but like they've changed the logo a little bit, where like this is one of the logos that they'll use
That's great.
It's a great logo. It's
a great
gotten
logo.
better over the years,
Yeah.
and the cursive Astros looks awesome on a helmet. But I think mascots, you got to do better. You got to invest in a good mascot.
Yeah.
So I was a rhino in high school and a white mule in college. So I'm
That's
White
actually
mule.
kind of
the,
cool.
the rhinos
so
were pretty
rhinos
cool.
dope.
Rhinos are cool. But
Dude, the Taft
white-
gear, because your daughter's now a Taft, and you've been kind of throwing some Taft gear around, really muscling your way around town. To be honest with you, showing off a little bit. But I've been like, I don't think I'm allowed to wear that. But I really want to get the Taft gear. I mean, that it is. They've done a really nice job with it.
What are they?
The rhinos.
Oh, they're the rhinos.
big red
And it's
rhino.
like
Oh, wait,
is it?
you
It's
went
like a
to Taft?
maroon though,
Oh,
red,
okay.
right?
yeah, they're maroon
It's like a
and blue.
cool red.
Yeah, it's like maroon.
Yeah.
Well, that's where it's like Tufts. I like Tufts where they're
The
I think-
jumbos.
yeah, they're the jumbos, and then their colors are sort of that. The first color is that like light blue, and then I think it's either brown or maroon, and it looks awesome.
Shout out my aunt Mary Jean who played basketball at Tufts. Baller.
Makes sense.
Baller.
Makes sense. She was ready to 1v1 dunk on me when I was like 8 years old. So
She used
good
to.
for her.
Me and my brothers are
I was
pretty.
about to work, but I
We're-
also knew I was going to get my butt kicked.
My mom has 7 sisters. She was the youngest. My mom was the second oldest. So she was like not close to us in age, but we were probably 10 when she was in college. And we would show up there and be like competitive dudes, man. The brothers were constantly competing and brawling.
Yeah.
And we're like, we're going to take it to MJ. Today's the day. You know, we call her
That was
MJ.
her name.
And she would take us to school every single damn time, man. She was like, just, you know, she was a college basketball player.
Yeah.
And we were these kids in like the youth league, like, we got it.
Yeah.
We got it.
Getting the work.
Yeah. It's just like, we should not have asked for that smoke. All right, really quickly at the end here, Matt. I do not get to see a lot of Bruins games. I got to see the Bruins play the Rangers on Saturday.
Woo!
And I can only come away with one thing. The 2026 Boston Bruins are the best hockey team that's ever skated.
Jesus. I mean, yeah, what was it, 10-2 or
10
something?
to 2.
10 to 2.
Jesus.
So that's my only. Is it going this well? I haven't checked the standings. Is it going well?
No, it hasn't.
So what happened this time? Did they like kill like a couple
The
Rangers
Rangers-
players and then they
Shesterkin-
won 10-2?
Shesterkin's out for the year.
Their all-world goalie is out for the year, and their backup is a guy who's really, really good.
He played in the KHL recently, which is the Russian league.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's the kind of league like once you're in, you don't get out.
He's an
Yeah.
American. He used to be the starting goalie for the American hockey team. The problem is this was probably like 15 years ago. His name's Jonathan Quick. He was really good. I
Oh, I
remember
know
I
that
could
name.
see
he won
his
a
face.
couple cups with the Kings.
Yep, I saw his face after one of the goals he gave up, and it was a lot like seeing Aaron Rodgers' face after the game. And it was like, man, it's just not there anymore.
I was talking about their backup, not Jonathan Quick.
Oh.
Jonathan Quick's.
Because Quick played in I didn't even know there was another goalie.
No, they pulled him after 6, and then the other guy gave up 4.
Jesus.
But it's, I mean, when the goals, there's that many goals. That is on the defense, not on the goalie. Like,
Yeah,
I mean, Zaka's goals. I mean, those were snipes. They were sick.
yeah, no, they
Well,
were.
one of them was. One was a chip in.
But one of the best parts of the whole thing is like commentators, man. They just sometimes know. And early on, they were like, "Expect a good effort from the Rangers, man, because they don't want to get embarrassed here today." And I was like, they might not mind.
All I know is that Ray Ferraro is still my least favorite commentator of.
You cannot
Right, I cannot.
of any sport. If you had
right
to,
now, yeah.
if
Like,
you had to listen to, if you were at one of your kids' games, let's say like Emmy's got a field hockey game, and it was either going to be Zoe or Ferraro calling it,
oh, jeez.
who would you take?
I think I'd have to take Zoe because
Hell
he
yeah.
would be clueless and not really care. But Ray Ferraro would be like, and this is like this girl played for whatever, and like when she was 7 years old, and like da 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 da, and his voice is really annoying, and
Zoe would
cannot
give you
stand
hype. Zoe would go nuts for absolutely, and he would be there for the hits.
it. Yeah. Well, no, he'd be like, why'd they blow the whistle? Why'd they blow the whistle? Why'd they blow the whistle? Why did they just hit each other with the sticks?
But he'd be like,
Hey, you got
grabbing
any snacks over there?
He'd be grabbing you by the sweatshirt and shaking you like, oh.
He'd probably sit up there and be like, "Why do they keep taking Pasta off the ice? He's the best player. Don't take him off the ice."
When is Living on a Prayer come on?
Well, he does
Dude,
the
Zoe's the
No
best.
Hell's
I
Bells.
don't care. I don't care
Journey.
what you
He's-
say.
His song's the Journey song, right?
Don't Stop Believing, right?
No, it's the other Journey song. It's a girl's name.
Oh, I don't know.
Like not Lindsay.
I just think
something
yacht
like that.
rock with him. I just think
Yeah.
just straight yacht rock is Zoe.
Which that's fine, but I just it's tired.
It's the best.
It's so tired.
It's the best. And we're gonna and you have to. But the problem is, you live here and you have to listen to it all the time. Like,
No, I've stopped listening to the Hub. So
Oh, really?
yeah, I do tune in on Thursdays. I think it's Thursdays or Fridays when Albert Beer's on in the morning. On,
Yeah, he's good, man.
Toucher and Hardy.
And we're a hockey pod now. Like the thing you sent, like
That was awesome.
the Marchand thing again.
So
can't
Marchand
wait-
got 1,000 points,
Yep.
and Bergeron made a video. TikTok was a
Oh, that
TikTok
was great.
video, whatever.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he dressed up as Marchand and did all the cheap things that he does, and then he got a bunch of
Which, by the way,
found a
was
bunch of
weird.
interviews.
It was a weird opening to the video.
Yeah.
You're like, what is... Like, if there's no explanation. And you're like, that's Bergeron. And he, like, his face looks a little weird, but whatever. So he goes and does his thing, and then...
but the interviews are with people, and it's the guy. He licked his face, Alex. I can't
Burrow?
remember. Yeah, Burrows. He's like, yeah. They say like you play with him, and he's like, when you're no, I hated him then too.
Yeah. He's like, they say he's the kind of player you like don't like to play. You don't like to play against, but love to play with. He's like, I did both, and I hated both. And then one guy was like, hey, happy 1,000 points, you face looking mother. It's like, dude, it was so good. One of them was like not July. It was like December 18th, something. That was the day that you upended me. And got suspended for 3 games. Imagine how many points you would have had if you didn't do all that crazy blank that you've done over your career.
And then Bergeron holds up the check of all the different fines. It was like $1.4 million. So
That
it was like
Then
a
they show-
ridiculous number.
That's insane.
They showed PK Subban hitting him, and then they go to PK, and he goes, "Bet you feel me now, huh, Marshy?" And then they had Biz, dude. It's just the whole video is great. Paul Albert Bisonet here, and it was like, dude. Hockey's the best.
And
The
I don't know much
community's
about
the
hockey,
best.
but like you talked about it before. I think it was during the playoffs where you're like, these dudes, like, they all do like kind of love each other at the end of the
They
day.
do.
Like, they're all like, we have a job to do on the ice, but then after like we love each other. And like
the
you
stories
get
used to
that from
be-
that video, and it's super cool to see.
The stories would be like you would go to a game, they would have like there'd be a Donnybrook, guys would have like they would fight each other, and then you'd find them at the same restaurant later on that night, like buying each other meals and being like
With black eyes missing
Because
teeth.
you think about it, like they say it's the toughest league to be in. Like there's like the toughest thing to do in sports is to hit a baseball, but like it's the NHL might be the toughest league to break into. Like the skill level is insane for what those guys do, and the fraternity's just different. Like it's a smaller. It's just different.
Well, it's a league where you can't be the super, like you have superstars, but the superstar doesn't necessarily win the championships.
Yeah.
You know, like in baseball, if you've got a couple superstar hitters and a superstar pitcher, you can make a run. In basketball,
basketball,
you need
clearest.
two and 3. You know, football, if you have a quarterback, you're in. It doesn't really matter. But in hockey, a case in point, I mean, McDavid is unbelievable, and Draisaitl is right there with him, and they cannot break through.
Yeah.
It took Ovechkin's got 1, and he's the leading goal scorer in the history of the game.
That's insane.
I saw they played Pittsburgh the other day. I think it was Pittsburgh, and Skinner went from the Oilers to Pittsburgh, the old goalie.
And they had their opposite helmets.
And did they?
Yeah, so the Oilers goalie went to the Penguins, and the Penguins goalie went to the Oilers, and then they played each other. So the Oilers goalie had his Pittsburgh helmet because he hadn't gotten
That's
a new
crazy,
one painted,
yeah.
and the Penguins goalie had it, or the Oilers goalie had his Pittsburgh helmet because he hadn't had it painted.
But you
yet.
just saw McDavid skate by him, like give him a tap on the pads. Like it's just a cool thing, man.
Yeah.
It's just like there's just these traditions. Or like I was playing Chell the other night, and all of a sudden at the beginning of my game, like the guys came on the ice, and I don't know what I was doing. I usually just fast forward through all that stuff, and they have one skater out there, and I was like, "What's going on?" And then the announcer,
rookie rink.
the announcer comes on. He's like, "It's his first NHL game tonight," and like talking
that's
about.
cool.
It wasn't even I was playing career. I mean, whatever. It wasn't even my guy.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Yeah, first like skate." I was like, "Dude, that's
And
kind of
then
cool."
did you target that kid right as the puck was dropped?
No, he's on my team.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn.
I love that, like when you score your first goal, like a veteran goes and gets the puck for you so they can keep
Yeah.
it, and I think there's a lot of really cool.
Did you see what the Ducks equipment manager did after the Indiana game?
No.
Oh, he found.
I've just been seeing what they do for the fans, and it's absolutely insane.
So the Indiana kid, Giangelo Ponzi's like an NFL prospect, even though he's like 5'9". He's just tough and smart and just a good player. Pick 6 on the first throw of the game for Oregon, runs it in, scores, whatever. And
Yeah.
runs off. No one's thinking anything of anything. And then after the game, you see the Oregon equipment manager grab him and hand him the ball. That he
That's
had.
dope.
And it was like, dude, that's
class.
Everything that's great about sports is in that. And D'Angelo Pons was like, thank you. Like, not like overly over the top, but like, like, you know, like it was just one of those moments you're like, dude, this is everything that it's supposed to be.
Right.
Speaking of that, this has been the greatest 10 days of football ever.
For
right?
sure.
I think there's been 2 blowout games, the IU game
Yep.
and the last night's game wasn't that great. But it was like 7-6 going into the third quarter.
Yeah, Houston scored 23 points in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, so 14 of.
I really
And like
thought-
the last play was like a pick six.
I was
too.
like, Pittsburgh might sneak. Like, this might be great for us. Pittsburgh might get by. Like,
oh, we
I thought they were
demolished
the worst
Pittsburgh.
team in the playoffs.
But
For sure.
every game has been awesome, and the fourth quarters especially.
Yeah.
It's been unbelievable.
Yeah.
But
That
I was
Bears
like, I'm
game
going to
was
go to
unreal.
bed, and then I turn on the game, and I'm like, well, now I can't. Like
Oh.
people are. It's just going back and forth down the field.
we were at Disney on Ice on Friday night, and I was getting some looks from my wife when I'm like, oh my god, the Rams are going to beat the Panthers. Oh my god, the Rams are going to beat they're coming back. They're coming back. And my wife's like, Olaf, honey. Olaf's on the ice now.
Wave the Olaf.
Moana just skated by.
By the way, Disney on Ice, you guys, I don't know if you've done it.
Yes.
Oh my god, Tyler, I really think you would enjoy
Not
it.
going.
Take like 6 edibles and then watch these dudes. I mean, these are really talented people. I think the ice I honestly don't think it was them. I think it was a problem with the ice. And they were eating it, man. They were, and I don't know if I get the feeling that maybe Manchester's like the start of the tour, like where they're still kind of ironing things out. There, you could see like from the jump, this guy comes out as one of the princes, and he comes over and he does like triple axel or whatever the hell those things are called, and like you have to be crazy athletic to do this stuff. And he gets up and eats it. I mean, and then pops up and skates away, but I could see his face like of 2 things. That hurt and that sucked. Like, and then at one point they have all the snow coming out, and I was like, oh, that's cool. And then you look at the ice and all the foam from the
Oh, it's like clumping up.
you're just clumping up, and I'm like, dude, this is a nightmare. Like this is good. This could be going bad. But yeah,
You would think it would be better at this new arena because they have the Monarchs there and everything, but
yeah, it's been a while. It's been a
been a
minute.
while.
I wish the Monarchs were still there.
dude, it
Oh,
pisses
God,
me
I
off.
wish they
Maine
did.
still has their minor league. I think it's a brand new team.
Yeah,
Portland has their minor league team. It's ridiculous. We should have ours.
I didn't respect it when it was here. I feel bad.
I was too young.
Well, supposedly there's like a minor
There is.
league, the Mountain Kings that plays in Hooksett.
Yep.
And
Oh, really? We should check that out.
I haven't gone yet. I think it's like $5 to get in the door.
Do they play the Trashers? What's it called?
I think it's like 7 leagues below that.
Oh, Danbury?
Yeah. Do they get
Do
paid?
they sell beers?
Do they do
They
duffel
do,
bags?
they do have beer there.
Nice.
Do they do duffel bags of cash?
What a great documentary.
Again, we could do another review on
Do they
it.
have
Just talk about
one
it
eye?
again. No.
Cocaine, it's a hell of a drug.
Well, guys screaming on the ice because he broke his femur. Oh.
And then I think played after that.
Oh, yeah, he came back.
Yeah,
You know, he
he
came back
came
to beat
back,
the living
yeah.
crap
Yeah.
bag.
Yeah,
Has to
that's
go after
right.
the guy.
Yeah.
All right, that's it. That's it for this week. We'll see you guys. Yes, we will see you guys next week with hopefully our Christmas present special.
Hell yeah.
Hopefully that's going to come through. I can't wait to talk about what's going on behind the scenes.